You're live.
Okay. All right. That was sudden. What is going on, LBHT crew? I know we're late. But it happens sometimes. Okay, it just was one of those days where we just had to start late. Okay, we could have started on time, but the show wouldn't have been ready, and I'm not gonna start the show until it's ready. All right. So, like B says, the show starts when we start it.
That's
All
right.
right.
It ain't late.
We're late. We're late. Everybody was waiting. All right. We appreciate everybody that's in the chat. Just Aloe was here first. Hello, LBHT crew. Hope everyone is doing well. Salute to Just Aloe. We got Big Reg in the house. Says Cello Peoples. Cello Reg.
What's up, Reg?
We got Urban in the house. Says, well, who got it better than us? EAGLES Ravens. Oh, I see what you did there. I am rooting for the Eagles. Okay. I'm rooting for them. D Weezy in the house. What's going on? Says Ravens. Season ends and things come off the rails here. Hey, it's just one of those. It's one of those days, man. It's one of those days. All right. Thanks for coming through. DDSQ's in the house. Salute to DDSQ. Says, what's good, y'all? What's good, DDSQ? Appreciate you coming through. Got a guy, AD from Press Start 410. Says, what's up, y'all?
What's up,
AD, and you see it there in his logo. It says, pause. That's the name of his new podcast. He discussed wrestling, pop culture, sports, all that good stuff. So go subscribe to Press Start 410. Check out. He's got 2 episodes out right now. If you're a WWE fan, he did one on the Royal Rumble. Him and our friend Alan, excellent podcast. Even if you're not into wrestling, man, go check it out because he's going to be discussing all kinds of dope stuff. You guys seen AD on here plenty of times, so you know his work is going to be good. All right, we got our guy Hendo in the house. What's up, Hendo? From the Roll Pod says, "Yo, what's up to you, man? Appreciate you coming through." We got Osman in the house. Says hello, Jose and Brodny, and all in the chat. Hello, Osman. Salute to you, RJ Horry and Ori, right? Mm-hmm. So Ori? RJ Ori says, yes, sir. I caught the live. That's what I'm talking about, RJ. Appreciate you. Bazel's in the house. Says, yo. What's up, Bazel? Slim Smith says, what's good, fellas? What's up, Slim? Our guy Rock is here in the live, B. What's up, Rock? Says, salute to panel in chat. I'd be saying in the house, what up, LBHT? Did the Mavs got rid of Luka because he made a mistake and called the Supermax a lot of Doritos? He meant to say dineros. Hey, there you go. That's right. We're going to talk about that too. That's on the lineup. Yolanda's in the house from Ravens Talk with Yolanda. Says, good evening. Good evening, Yolanda. Appreciate you coming through. Jay the Six in the house. Says, LBHT crew squad up. That's right. Tracy. What's going on, Tracy? She says, hello, all. Best podcast around. Salute, Tracy. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right. Who else we get? Chase Miller is here. Kim's in the house. What's up, Kim? Says, hey, guys, you know I'm on Cloud 9. Kim is a Chiefs fan, right? I know I just said I was rooting for the Eagles, but I won't be hurt if the Chiefs win again, okay? I really don't have a dog in the fight. I'm just picking a side just to be different. All right. But all right. I think we got everybody. Okay. So we started off late. All right. Apologize, but we have a lot to discuss.
But we still going to end on time.
Yeah. Because we have a lot to discuss in the overtime show as well. We have a whole lineup here on the show and on the overtime show. Look. Justin Tucker, we didn't put out a video on Justin Tucker. We're going to discuss that tonight. We put out some videos about Myles Garrett asking for a trade. We're going to discuss a little bit about that. We're going to discuss Kupp, who's going to be on the market, the possibility of him coming to the Ravens or the Panthers, right? Either one of those guys. We kind of teased that in our video. Go check out that video if you haven't seen that video. We're going to discuss the Luka trade to LA. Right, we put out a video on that as well. Check that out as well. Okay, we got a court of public opinion that's it's a couple weeks old. I think this happened like a week or two ago, but we never discussed this. So I want to discuss it now. All right, a lot to discuss, and we're going to talk some Kendrick Lamar in the overtime show. right? A lot to discuss. So and Ferris is here, and we're going to discuss some WNBA. I didn't even put that on the lineup. We're going to talk a little bit about that. So we need to get started, but first, before we even get to the Black History fact, it's our anniversary. It's our anniversary, ladies and gentlemen. 4 years, B. It's been 4 years of doing the LBHT show.
I don't think today is the actual anniversary.
What day is it?
I believe it's the 16th, but I'm not sure.
Did we? No, I thought we started at the beginning of Black History Month.
I believe
hey, you know what?
Show is the 16th. I don't know.
Okay, well, we're going to celebrate next week too. It's our anniversary month. We started in Black History Month, which is why we had the Black History fact. We started doing the Black History fact for the show, and we decided to keep it going, because we thought it was important to the show. So, yes, it's our anniversary month. 4 years of the LBHT show. We appreciate you guys for rocking with us, helping us grow, continue to grow, because we literally growing every day. So we really appreciate the support, and we have a lot more in store for you guys. All right. So with that being said, B and Okole have a Black History fact for you.
This week on LBHT's Black History Fact, Neely Fuller Jr. was born on October 6, 1929, in Galax, Virginia, and became a leading voice in the fight against systemic racism. He dedicated his life to understanding and dismantling what he termed white supremacy. Fuller's analysis extended across 9 key areas of human activity: economics, education, entertainment, labor, law, politics, religion, sex, and war-counterwar. He authored influential books such as The United Independent Compensatory Code, System, Concept, and A Compensatory Counter-Racist Codified Word Guide, offering practical guidance for countering racial oppression. Fuller also served as a mentor to other racial justice advocates, including Dr. Francis Cress Welsing. Throughout his life, Fuller was a critical voice against integration and assimilation, arguing that these processes diluted the unique identity and cultural heritage of African Americans. He stressed the importance of understanding white supremacy as a prerequisite to addressing broader global issues. Fuller passed away on February 4, 2025, at the age of 95. Leaving behind a legacy of relentless dedication to racial justice and social equity. His work continues to inspire and educate those committed to combating systemic racism.
I can't hear you.
My bad, man. I was trying to wait for you to stop, but the video was done. My bad. You're muted, sir.
I'm muted. I'm sorry. Are you okay?
Welcome to the show, Ferris.
For the record, I love black people.
It looks like you're sick of us. I'm sorry, Ferris. Ferris is actually sick. Okay, I appreciate Ferris coming through.
For the record, I am actually sick, but not of black people. I got the cold.
He does have the cold.
Wow.
I appreciate you coming through and trying to battle Ferris. Okay.
It's like, yo, bro, he talking about how he's dismantling racism and like, hell yeah. And it's like, stupid. Like, what is that, man? Come on, man.
That's all right. That's all right. They still love you in the chat, Ferris. They still love you. All right. All right. So we didn't get a chance to talk about Justin Tucker, right? Lord Jesus. This man, like, when we first heard the allegations, he immediately came out and said, false, false. This is just a tabloid-esque, attention grabbing thing, and there's no merit to it. And the Banner said, we got some details. We got details.
That's what Deshaun Watson said.
Right.
False. None of this happened.
I'm not. Well, I don't remember Deshaun Watson even put out a statement. I think he
did at the beginning.
No, he did. Okay. He was like, nah, it's not true.
Listen, I didn't pull up all. I'm not going to read the article and nothing like that here, but you guys have read it. It's been out long enough. Very similar allegations to the Deshaun Watson thing, and the Banner did their due diligence. It seems like, unless they just lied about these things, like falsified it. But basically, they spoke to these different masseuses who didn't know each other, and they all had very similar stories. Right now, to be fair, there have been some that have worked on Justin Tucker that said they haven't had that experience. I think most of those people, are ones that work for the team directly, right? But a lot of similar stories. It does not look good for your boy. Okay, it does not look good for your boy. We talked about it in our Discord. I joked around and said, well, he's not good anymore, he's guilty, right? But whether he could play or not, he's at a point of his career. It's not worth it. It's not worth saying, hey, let's wait, let's let this play out. Hey, I hope it's not true. Okay, it probably is true. You got that many people accusing you of something, it's probably true. When you had the paper going through those links to report on it, they're not going to report on something that's just kind of speculatory. It's got to have some merit to it. It doesn't look good. And the other part of it that I'm not sure how much traction has gotten, but there's some people that have kind of pointed out that the Ravens were made aware of this years ago. So why did it take so long? I mean, they still haven't done anything officially, right?
Yeah.
Well, the question
why is it taking so long to take action on it?
Yeah. How trustworthy do people in the Baltimore area trust the Banner? Is this a reputable? Yeah,
it's a reputable paper, and there've been there's been tweets from several years ago talking about the story as well. Just random people from the area think that a lot of people know or knew that this was going on, and I'll tell you the reason that it's taken this long for anything to come out is because he was a great kicker. And the talk was that they went to the team and informed the team at one point, and the team basically didn't do anything about it, right? Because he was a great kicker, and now he's not. And now this can help facilitate his exit, because I think he was getting cut this season regardless. After the year he had, and this just it's a way to kind of shut down any kind of backlash for cutting one of your legends or anything like that. Nobody's going to want him around after this comes out.
Yeah. And this isn't the first instance where the Baltimore Ravens have hid something for one of their star players.
No.
Like T Sizzle. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
And we got a super chat from a guy, AD, press star 410. Appreciate you. Says, somebody put this towards Luka's new contract. Whole lot of Doritos. Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you.
Red bag, green bag, red bag, blue bag. Where are we going?
I like the sweet
Cool
chili
Ranch. Cool Ranch, the classic.
That's the purple bag, Jose. You like the purple bag?
Yeah.
The purple bag, nice. I like that one.
All right, but yes, but you're absolutely right though. It's because he was a great kicker, but it ain't worth it. Like we relied on Justin Tucker for way too long. Anyway, this is not something that we were saying this year about Justin Tucker. When he started to turn bad, we've been saying that we play like we're like we want him to win the game. So when he misses a field goal and everybody's shocked and like, oh, he lost us the game because he missed a field goal or extra point. No, we lost us the game. Why are you relying on your kicker that much to win you the game? week in and week out. And it finally came back to bite us a little bit this year because it's how we call these games. We're too conservative at times, right? A lot of times. But yeah, it is easy to just, cut him off now because, he's not good anymore. We got his best years out of him. It's easy to say, hey, sorry, And I understand teams are going to try to hide things to a certain extent for great players. Not a kicker. You know what I mean? Not a kicker. Like you shouldn't be hiding this type of allegations anyway. Right? That's a lot of different masseuses. Right?
Well, massage therapists.
Massage therapist. I'm sorry.
Yeah. We got a super chat from Ghost from Bazel. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Does not look like he left a message, but you can go ahead and put that in the chat if you forgot to type it in there.
You're just showing love.
Thank you, Bazel. Appreciate it. But Baltimore is a shady organization. They've always been a shady organization, and that puts them in line with 31 other organizations in the NFL. So, they're going to tell you one thing, they're going to act another way, just like the Panthers do, just like everybody else does. There's zero tolerance as long as it doesn't hurt the bottom line of the team. Ferris mentioned Terrell Suggs. There was no zero tolerance with Terrell Suggs, right? It's pretty well known that Terrell Suggs was beating his wife. They didn't do anything about that. Ray Rice was off the team because Ray Rice couldn't play anymore. That's really all that came down to, I mean,
even then, they were going to just let it go because initially it was just like a two-game suspension.
It was a 2-game suspension,
and then the video came out, and they're like,
Yeah, the video changed everything because even though he only, because people talk, he only rushed for 400 yards the year prior, but they're gonna get rid of him anyway. But they were gonna keep him, but then the video changed everything because you saw the violence of the action and it just changed public perception.
Sorry, I'm not laughing at what you're saying, Ferris, because that's not funny at all.
I'm reading comments where you say something serious.
No, it's a super chat. I have to put it up from Kim. Thank you very much. I just figured out how to send. Yay! That's why.
Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. Thank you.
And people in the chat are saying I know personally this happened with us because the Giants, we had a kicker named Josh Brown. Yes, thank you for pointing out where he beat his wife for years, and he kept a detailed journal of the beatings, and at one point he was beating her while she was pregnant with his child, and
that was also, I believe, just a 2 or 3 game suspension.
And then when it came out, they got rid of him, and because he's a kicker, no one really cared, and then when they got rid of him, people are like, oh, why did they get rid of him? And then everything then comes out. It's like, oh, that he was doing this while he was a Giant, and they got rid of him. And then they replaced him with Aldrich Rojas, who, the worst thing he ever did is he couldn't kick and he likes to drink a lot. So he wasn't that bad, was he that bad? I think he was bad as well, but as a person, not a kicker only. Sure. But yeah, so it's just bad thing because I say this all the time with the New York Giants. The greatest player ever to don a New York Giants uniform is Lawrence Taylor. Mm-hmm. It's a fact. Lawrence Taylor is on a registry. All right.
Now he is. Well, years after his playing days.
Yeah, years after his playing days. He's not a good person. And, he was the prime example of what does greatness allow you to get away with? How far can you get away with stuff? And he got away with a lot.
I gotta read this comment from Ivy saying because I know he's making a joke, but he doesn't realize how accurate he is. The untucker gotta go. If you read the story from the banner, the untucker is very accurate, like bullseye accurate. I'm sorry for this. Go ahead.
Oh, you good. Yeah, man, get rid of him, man. It's time to go.
Yeah, but
hit the road, Jack.
But stories like this, and this is just for a kicker. This is exactly why I don't want to hear we can't sign Tyreek Hill. You know what I mean? Like every time we say, "Hey, go after a player," then this Ravens community wants to get on the moral high ground. Well, can't go after him. He's gonna be a problem. Don't like his attitude. Bad guy off the field. You point out all these things, but you got a terrible person on the team already, and the team already knew about it. They know him for years, and he's just a kicker, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, there are terrible people that play this game. That's up to the legal system to decide whether they're going to be able to make it on the field on Sunday or not, right? The league shouldn't be getting in the business of morality. Like, yeah, there are some things that are more heinous than others, right? But if they're still going to be in the league and they're still going to be able to play, and you are going to have some of those guys on your team, then you can't be sitting there saying, don't want this person, but this guy is okay. Right? So all that talk about Tyreek Hill, don't want that type of player here. Bashadi would never sign that type of player here. He's already got that player here. And that player isn't even worth the trouble.
He's had multiple players here doing that. Multiple players.
Yeah. And we got another super chat from 86 Ghost Bazel. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate that.
Oh,
y'all trying to hit that goal. I forgot I set the goal. We got one more.
Did y'all know this?
What?
That Ray didn't even hit her. And folks missed the fact that she spit on him. I mean,
Ray did hit her.
We all saw the video of Ray hitting her, so I'm not sure what you're.
Like I have a wandering guy, and my eyesight's not very good.
Well, okay, hold on.
We did get another super chat from Bazel. Thank you very much. He said challenge done.
You know what? Where's the celebration balloons? And you get a really big thank you from us. Okay. There you go. Appreciate you guys for the donations early on, right? And thank you, Bazel, man. Bazel is so supportive to this show and to this channel, man.
Yes.
Thank you, Kim. Thank you, everybody that's donated. Really appreciate that. Now, Ray Rice became the poster child, I think, unfairly for domestic violence. Not saying that he didn't do anything wrong, but yes, she was hitting him first. She spat on him. All those things are true, right? But he did knock her out. She didn't knock herself out.
And then dragged her out of the elevator.
Yes, and they both ended up getting arrested for it. But he's the NFL star. He's the athlete that comes with the territory. And to his credit, he didn't try to, make any excuses or twist anything around. He said, it is what it is. It cost my career. And I got to eat that. They still got married. I think they're married still to this day. He does a lot of work with like domestic violence groups and things like that. So, he owned up to it. I just don't like that he became the poster child for it.
Well, I think that wasn't he was the poster child because of the way the NFL handled it.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily because of what he did, because look, Ferris already mentioned Josh Brown from the Giants. Greg Hardy's incident happened at the same time, and so it could have been either one of them as well. But the NFL suspending him 2 games and trying to basically sweep it under the rug before the video came out is what really turned him into the poster child, as it were.
Yeah. And House is right. He was a poster child because of the video, because you can see it play out on video. Like I said, it's unfortunate, but that whole thing's unfortunate. But the NFL at least pretended to take domestic violence more seriously. I don't think they did.
No, they didn't.
I don't think they didn't take anything seriously.
Ali, the point is that he hit her. You're saying that he didn't hit her. He absolutely hit her. He punched her in the face.
Beam in it. So what support beam you ever see in the elevator?
He's talking about the railing in the back of the elevator. Like she fell and hit it. But
that might have been what knocked her out. He did. Yeah, he did.
Punched her in the face.
Yeah. He
because aren't the support beams like
I know. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Waist high, like they're like look like they're not up here.
Yeah.
They're like down here.
She didn't run into a turnbuckle.
Exactly. Like it's not like like when he punched her, it's not like she went like directly into it.
And listen, the turnbuckle doesn't knock you out either unless somebody removes the pad.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta know this stuff, man.
Exactly.
You gotta know this
stuff. Yeah, man. No, because like there was a story a couple of years ago. There was an offensive tackle in Seattle where he choked his girlfriend in their bedroom, and then leaves, and then she wakes up and walks out, and he says, "This is what the officer wrote down in his report." He said, he tells his girlfriend, "Oh snap, I thought I killed you."
Yeah, you're still alive.
You're still alive.
You're still alive.
Yeah, there was a video of Zach Stacy throwing his girlfriend all around their apartment. Like, there's been a lot of really, really bad people in the NFL. And like I said, it's unfair to make any one particular person the face of it when I won't say it's a widespread problem because it's not any more widespread than the general populace. Yeah. But there's been a lot of incidents in the NFL. Kev T says, how do you guys feel about the Ravens covering up for Untuck? Y'all got to stop with Untuck, man.
It's accurate, though.
I feel like listen, and this is not because this has nothing to do with my feelings on John Harbaugh as a coach. Because I've been saying for years that he should be fired just based off his performance. If he knew and covered it up, he should be fired. Period. Along with Eric DaCosta.
Oh yeah, and it shows hypocrisy. It shows hypocrisy where, like Jose said, where it's like, oh, the character of this guy, we can't sign this guy. His character, he has some issues. When you literally have Justin Tucker on your team, you've had T Sizzle on your team, you know what I mean? So like, we character. This is my biggest issue with some of these teams in this league talking about like, oh, character this, character that. Most of the NFL players, you got to be crazy or psychopathic or a bad person to play this game because this game is nasty and deadly. You know what I mean? So, of course, there's going to be a smattering of bad people. Stop talking about character. Y'all don't care about it. So stop talking about it like you do.
Yeah, MDC Sports. Chad Wheeler was the guy's name. Chad Wheeler.
Yes, Chad Wheeler. Yeah. That's the guy. Yeah. Because so stop acting like y'all don't care. Y'all don't care. So shut up.
But B's absolutely right because okay, there are some players that it's out of the coach's hands, right? If yes, we talk about T Sizzle, like he can't touch T Sizzle. Okay, that's not his call. He may not like that he's on the team, but he can't do anything about it. He can do something about Justin Tucker, right? I don't think the organization, I don't think Bisciotti or EDC says, yeah, we know about this, but we're not going to do anything about it. No, Harbaugh can cut him that same day he finds out and says, well, we'll get another kicker. And they'll say, all right. It's such an easy move to make. And yes, one of the greatest kickers, if not the greatest kicker of all time. And it will be a shock to fans. But he is just a kicker. All right. I don't. Yes, he's made some great kicks for us. He's had some exciting moments for us. It's just 3 points or just an extra point. We have to be able. If you can't overcome that, you can't call us a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Because we talk about DaCosta and Harbaugh. When did this start? Like, was it during Ozzie? Because Ozzie drafted this guy, right? Like, how long has this been going? So it could be a long thing. Because Eric's only been in the job for what, 4 years? He's been, he's been the assistant for 20.
7 years.
7 years. It's been 7 years already?
7 years. He started he started Lamar's 6 years, right?
It was Lamar's sophomore season, right?
Yeah, 6 years. 6 years.
Yeah. No, exactly, Daniel. That's true, man. Because of course, it always happens that way. It's like, oh, he's bad. Here comes a story. Because they'll hide it for years. They'll hide it because he's great, and they don't, so that like, no one's gonna care because he's great. And then when they want to find an excuse to these teams, they do a lot of hiding for these players. to protect their asset. And when the asset's no longer valuable for them, and they no longer need the asset, or the asset is depreciated, because that's what really are these. We're talking about human beings here, but they're assets to these people. Like they're just they swap them in and out. They're assets. They don't really care about the humanity within it. And when the asset is depreciated, is no longer of use, they want to get rid of it. And if they can just cut him and let it go, easily, cool. But they'll finally release the truth to get rid of the asset and culpability and stuff like that. That's how they do.
What's going on? ZTB TV says, "What up, LBHT? Let Eric tell it. He drafted Lamar." I thought I heard something today where he was doing an interview and he said that he drafted Lamar. I'm not sure if that was like he just misspoke or what.
Like the story's always been out there that he really wanted Lamar or whatever. But like, you're not the GM.
I heard something different.
You don't get the credit for it regardless. So it doesn't.
Because you're not the GM.
And that's not what I heard. I heard it was Bishotti that wanted Lamar.
Well, maybe so, but listen. I'm not going to blame him for that. If I was sitting in that chair, I'd try to take credit for that pick too. He's a 3-time MVP.
Yeah. That's not you. You haven't made a great pick like that. Sorry, EDC. Another reason why I want him to go. I'm done. I'm done with him. Now you're trying to steal Ozzy's credit.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got a question, because if I love how they keep saying, "Oh, we took credit for Lamar." Why didn't y'all draft him at 27? Why'd y'all wait till 32? I think they generally
not 27. They traded back.
Why did you 17 or 18?
Oh, they were at 17, so they went back.
They traded back. They took Hayden Hurst. They traded back into the first round to get Lamar.
No, that's my thing. I think they were generally shocked that he was still on the board. They got lucky at 32.
That's all it was.
Yeah, they got lucky. Like, and I'm sorry, Ozzy got lucky, DeCosta got lucky, Bishotti, whoever's taking credit for drafting Lamar. They thought Lamar was going to be gone. And they're like, "Oh, he's still on the board? Let's trade back in."
Right.
You know what I mean?
They drafted a 29-year-old tight end before him. Right.
Exactly. So like, I'm like, shut up with your credit. You got lucky because the NFL is racist.
And he didn't get lucky. Ozzy got lucky.
Ozzy got lucky.
doesn't get any credit for that draft at all. You're the assistant GM. Just because you provided input, a lot of people in that room provided input, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's Ozzy's call.
Because Lamar should have been gone before 6. I'm sorry. He should have been a top 5 player. I don't know why people didn't watch him at Louisville and were like, this player, I think he's an NFL quarterback. And they're like, nah, this jughead from USC, that's the player that's better than him. Why? Because he beat Texas when Texas had Tyrone Swoops.
No, you hating on Swoops, but that's
no offense to Tyrone Swoops. No offense to Tyrone Swoops, but Tyrone Swoops sucked. You know what I mean? No offense.
But just to wrap up this Tucker thing, I don't like that they they wait until he's bad and can't play anymore to they let this leak out. This is something that they probably encourage the local media to kind of sit on for now, for a while, and then they've decided, okay, let this out now because we want to get rid of them. And that kind of tells you how spineless they are as an organization, because they don't want to just flat out cut them, because they don't want the backlash from the fans, because they put Justin Tucker on a pedestal, right? And they wanted to treat it as, okay, well, do we get rid of him? He didn't have a good year, but it's Justin Tucker. What do we do? Instead of just saying, you're cut. We encourage you to retire, but if you want to keep playing, you can't play here anymore. They didn't want to do that. That's spineless. So you leak this story out to make it easier.
Yeah, because you could honestly just say, we cut him. The time has come. The relationship has hit the end of the road. We don't believe he's as good as he used to be.
Yeah.
We're moving on. I hope you guys move on as well. And honestly, if you guys throw a big fuss over a kicker, go get help.
And they don't even have to address those allegations. They say, hey, we let the legal side take care of that. He's available to play. No charges were ever pressed against him or lawsuits that we know about.
Yeah.
So, like, yeah, okay, people call his offices about stuff all the time. Like, it is what it is. He's available to play. He was a great kicker for us for a long time. He's not that anymore. We're moving on. That's all you have to do.
Yeah.
But all right. What we got next?
Up next, I don't know. Where do you want to go? You want to let Ferris do his thing and give us an update on WNBA free agency? You feeling up to it, Ferris?
I got it, man. Okay.
Do you want to switch scenes?
I don't want to do that. I don't want to mess around with it.
Okay, I won't touch it then. I won't touch it. Go ahead, Ferris.
All right, guys, look at me right. I look a little disheveled. I look a little crazy. I haven't gotten a haircut in weeks. Let me tell you why. Because I've been in the lab breaking down the WNBA transactions because a lot has happened. A lot has happened. I have lost sleep. I don't know what sleep is. What time is it, Jose? I don't know. Because I'm in the lab.
Oh, no, Big Reg. We are not skipping WNBA.
Oh, no, Reg. We're going to talk about it.
And Big Reg loves WNBA. That's not why he's asking to skip it.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Technically, the WNBA offseason started, in like early like January, but it really kicked off on February 1st. Because on February 1st, a big domino fell. The Seattle Storm traded Jewel Lloyd and the 9th pick in this year's draft for the rights to Lee Uru and the number 2 overall pick in this year's draft because the Las Vegas Aces were sending Kelsey Plum to LA and they needed a partner. So they send Jewel to Vegas, Kelsey to LA, and I believe Lee Uru goes to Seattle, and Seattle's rebuilding. They're rebuilding. They got the number 2 pick. The number 2 pick in the draft could be a multitude of people. It could be Kiki Area-Finn out of USC. It could be Olivia Miles, the guard out of Notre Dame. That'd be kind of weird because they would have 2 point guards from Notre Dame. I don't know how that would fit, but it could be a transitional period between Skylar to Olivia. So we'll see about that. But Jewel Lloyd, the Golden Mamba, is going to Vegas. That was their preferred destination. Jewel is going to be matching up with Jackie Young, Asia Wilson, Chelsea Gray, and a smattering with Becky Hammond and all them. And then they didn't want to pay her the money. So Kelsey Plum's going to Los Angeles. She's going to play with the rookie sensations and Rakia Jackson and Cameron Brink coming off of an ACL. So LA got their point guard because it's very clear. LA wanted the number 1 pick. And they were going Page or nothing. Page or nothing. And they didn't get Page, so they decided to go get nothing. You know what I mean? Well, not nothing. They went to go get Kelsey because they were like, we don't want anyone else in that draft because nobody else in that draft matters to us. Because you can clearly see during the WNBA lottery video that everybody in Los Angeles, when they didn't get the number 1 pick, they were all flabbergasted and they're all like, oh, God, we don't want nobody. Cam Brink was shocked. Rakia Jackson was shocked. I believe who else? Those all. Oh, Ray Burrell was shocked. Shout out to Ray. She's a part of Unraveled. So there's that. But then the WNBA was like, okay, we're gonna chill, right? We're gonna chill, right, Brodny? They're like, Brodny. They're like, we're gonna chill. But then they were like, no, we're not gonna chill. Chilling? What's chilling? We're never gonna chill. No more chilling. So the Atlanta Dream signed Brittany Griner. She was a free agent. So Phoenix loses their center stalwart for the past 8 years. She's gone. But then Indiana matches them and signs 2-time WNBA champion Natasha Howard, who was playing in Dallas, but got those titles in Seattle with Breanna Stewart. But then Indiana was like, you know what? More championship experience. We're going to steal DeWanna Bonner from Connecticut. Shout out to you, Reg. Must suck for you because your team no longer exists technically. But so they added WNBA championship experience, back-to-back WNBA champions, multiple championship experience, plus DeWanna Bonner, 3rd all-time in playoff scoring. So she's been to the playoffs a lot. It's a very young core in Indiana who haven't had a lot of playoff experience.
And this is to NET Sports. Sorry. I just want to bring this up for NET. Go ahead, click on it.
Okay, I don't know.
But basically, NET Sports is saying he's trying to build a super team for Caitlin Clark. Yes, adding DeWanna Bonner definitely helps.
Yes, who can play the 3 and the 4 because they have their center in Aaliyah Boston. So they signed Natasha Howard and DeWanna Bonner. People are like, oh, but they're both power forwards. Not really. DeWanna works very well at the 3. That's why the Sun worked a lot because she played the 3. Alyssa Thomas played the 4. Brianna Jones played the 5. so they can just slot DeWanna Bonner into the 3, and it fits work. A lot of pick and pops, a lot of rolls. She can use her length to guard smaller because in the WNBA, the 3 is usually not as big as the WNBA 3, the NBA 3, who's usually 6'7", 6'8". Sometimes when you play the 3, you're 6'3", probably 6'2", 6'1". So DeWanna Bonner being 6'5", a lot of mismatch for the people guarding her at the 3 position. But then then you're like, okay, we're good. WNBA, we're done, guys. We're done. Well, we're good. NBA is going crazy. NFL's during Super Bowl weekend. The NBA trade deadline is gonna happen. We're not gonna do anything else. They lied once again. But this time around, it involved one of the young young superstars of the league, Satu Sabally, the power forward out of Dallas. She told Dallas, I'm done. I ain't trying to be here no more. I want to leave. And Dallas was like, all right, Satu, we'll trade you. Cool with me. But then the blockbuster trade happened again. This time, they stabbed Reg again in the face. Sorry, Reg. They basically stole his entire team. So it was a multi-team trade. Dallas, Indiana, Phoenix, and Connecticut, 4 of them all came together to do this trade. Dallas traded Jaylen Brown, a young rookie who was very good last year, plus starting center Kehlani Brown, and Satu Sabally, and J.C. Shelton, and Sven Uzun, their point guard of last year. They traded all of them, but they all sent them to different locations. Because Dallas then receives Dejanay Carrington, Ty Harris, and Alyssa Smith. And Alyssa Smith was the starting power forward, number 2 overall pick in Indiana. So Indiana, that's who they send to Dallas. Connecticut sends Dejanay Carrington and Ty Harris to Dallas. There is that. So those 3 go to Dallas. Dejanay Carrington and Alyssa Smith, partners, and off the court as well. So they're connected. Yeah, they're connected.
I'm sorry.
Okay, my bad. But then in the Indiana Fever, they gain Jaylen Brown, Sophia Cunningham, and the 19th overall pick in this year's draft, which is a second round pick. So it really kind of doesn't really matter. But then Phoenix gets this. Where does Phoenix? They won the trade because Phoenix traded Rebecca Allen and Tosh Cloud and Sophia Cunningham, but they get Kehlani Brown, Satu Sabally, Alyssa Thomas, and Svenjin Uzun with Kehlani Brown.
Where did Alyssa Thomas come from?
Connecticut. So Connecticut, because
it's you remember that you just got a dirty ass Alyssa Thomas. Then you remember,
dirty ass Alyssa Thomas. Brodny's favorite
Maryland.
player. Yeah, from Maryland. From Maryland. Yeah. Actually, Maryland's all-time leading triple-double person, men or women's. So combined program record. Just remember that. So basically, Phoenix losing Brittany Griner rebuilt their front line with Alyssa Thomas, one of the best power forwards in the league, and Satu Sabally, who's another top 5 forward in this league. So they'll play together in Phoenix. Plus, they also get Kehlani Brown, which is good front court depth. But then the Connecticut Sun, they get Rebecca Allen, Tosh Howard, and J.C. Shelton, and the 8th pick in this year's draft. So Connecticut basically said everybody can leave.
This all sounds good, Ferris, but I didn't hear anything about my Chicago Sky.
My Chicago Sky didn't do anything.
Well, let me point out to the Chicago Sky because they did some moves, guys.
No,
they did some moves. They did sign Courtney Vandersloot, Chicago Sky legend. You guys needed a point guard, right? By the way, Jimmy Butler's
guess what
they can still play.
Guess what they still need? They need a point guard, Ferris.
Okay. Apparently, Jimmy Butler's as a Warrior.
Yeah, he got traded to Golden State.
I was going to let you finish, and then we're going to transition to that.
All right, cool. Then
real quick.
Okay,
real quick. We're going to transition to the NBA trades. This breaking news. Thank you, Coach. I saw that Jimmy Butler got traded. Jada Six talked about that, and then we'll do Court of Public Opinion, which features Cam Newton talking about Mark Andrews. All right, so that's coming up. But go ahead and finish.
I'm done, guys. I'm almost done.
No,
the Connecticut Sun. They did.
You're talking about how the Sky are going to do something better than Vandersloot.
They're not. So that's all. That's all you got. That's all you really got. So it's Courtney Vandersloot, and they signed Malisha Onyenwu. She was I think she was in the Liberty. I think they traded her. but they signed her. But the Connecticut Sun, for you, Reg, are bringing back Tina Charles. Is that gonna matter? Not really. She's 34, so I don't think she's gonna do much for you. But that's your own little thing, Reg. That's for you. Connecticut didn't sign Diamond DeShields, and then the Connecticut Sun were not done trading because Rebecca Allen, former Suns player, said, "I am never going back ever again. You gonna trade me now?" Then they traded her to Chicago for Lindsey Allen.
The Sky have what, the 4th pick?
Yes, the 4th pick. Yes.
What point guard can they get at number 4?
They can get a Olivia Miles, Georgia Amore.
They're picking third.
Third, they're picking third. They're picking third. So yeah, Olivia Miles is in play. Georgia Amore, the Kentucky point guard's in play. If Olivia goes before 3, you can. They also have the 11th pick because you can then come back and draft Tahina Pow, which is the point guard out of South Carolina. AZ Fudd, she may declare, she may not declare. I don't think she's going to declare.
But who's going to go at 3rd? Like, yes, they could get.
I can't believe my man just sat here and said they could go to Tahina Pow when I told him that months ago, and he was like, "You don't want Tahina Pow. She can't shoot. Blah blah blah. Get this girl out of UConn. Whatever, man."
You know what? I was a little biased back
then.
They
have options, but they definitely
have options, guard. But they need to go point guard. I would go Olivia Miles because she's a triple double machine. She initiates the offense. Yeah, she initiates the offense. Hannah Hidalgo plays off ball for Notre Dame because it's in Olivia Miles' hands all the time. She's the cog that leads the machine. She's the head of the snake. I call them the head of the snake because I hate Notre Dame women's basketball. But that's a story for another day. I hate you, Skylar Diggins. But that's whatever. Yeah, it's fine. All right. Because
they need to get Pow at 11, and they need to just go best player available at 3 because they also lost Kennedy Carter. All they have
they can't go forward.
All they have they can go wherever they need to go. All they have is Cardoso and Reese at this point. That's it. So they need to just go best player available, and then they can go and pick up like Tina Pow or another point guard with their 2nd pick because they need to add talent to the roster.
Yeah, but if they go forward, who you have a log jam. You know what I mean? Angel Reese.
It depends on the skill set, man.
Yeah. Oh, you're a good point. That's a good point because that forward can also play the 3 if possible if they have a 3-point shot. But the Chicago Sky did. But the Indiana Fever today did something amazing. They signed the face of the WNBA, Sydney Colson. She's going to Indiana. So shout out to Sid Colson. So she'll be in Indiana as Caitlin Clark's backup point guard. So shout out to Sid the kid, WNBA 2-time WNBA champion and national champion with Texas A&M, which I don't know if shocked people, but she did beat Brittany Griner when she was in college. So shout out to you, Sydney. But there it is, guys. Your WNBA roundup with your boy Ferris Muthana. Thank you.
Thank you, Ferris.
Oh, one last thing. Marina Mabry just requested a trade today, so Reg, you have nothing, Reg.
I mean, at this point, I'd welcome her back in Chicago.
Let's get some breaking news here. Okay, so Jimmy Butler apparently went to Golden State. What did he go for? Coach said for peanuts. So I'm guessing.
Finally is up here. Okay. He was sent. Yes, Andrew Wiggins. The Miami Heat are finalizing a deal to send Jimmy Butler to the Golden State Warriors for Andrew Wiggins, Dennis Schroeder, Kyle Anderson, and a protected 1st-round pick. So yeah, I mean, look, I'm a big Dennis Schroeder fan. I like Dennis a lot. Andrew Wiggins is
solid.
He's Andrew Wiggins. And then Kyle Anderson is nothing. And then a protected 1st-round pick is also nothing.
Don't disrespect slow-mo.
But if we're being honest and we're being fair, Jimmy Butler's not much more than nothing either. So
no, he's a talented player.
Yeah, he was a very talented player, and now he's kind of just a guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's not Jimmy Butler that went to the finals a few years ago. But he's still a very good player. And that helps the Warriors. Now, are they gonna win a finals off of that? No, but it does help them.
But he's probably the only person who wanted to play in Golden State because ain't nobody want to play with that goddamn idiot Draymond Green. You know what I mean? So they had to sign a psychopath.
So I put in the show notes. We're going to discuss the Luka trade, but there's been a lot of trades, right? How are we feeling about that? Because we didn't even mention De'Aaron Fox going to the Spurs.
I thought you were going to say Chris Middleton.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny about the De'Aaron Fox trade?
He never plays for.
Like any other year, that'll probably be like the leading story. Like, oh, De'Aaron Fox, young point guard. You know, he's being traded to San Antonio to pair with, you know, the bright young star in San Antonio. He literally, no one gave a flying fadoodle cake about his trade because literally an hour, like 2 hours before, Luka Doncic was traded, and everyone's like, De'Aaron Fox, who? Get out of here. We got to talk about my boy Luka. You know what I mean? Yes, right. He's an athlete. Yes.
Yeah.
For the record, Coach is a Miami Heat fan. You know, so he's probably a little biased. You know, just.
So the Luka trade was crazy because I think all of us were in the Discord when it happened.
Yeah, because it was right after the Benavidez and David Morrell
fight, which was
and
we all thought
it was fake.
Yeah.
Oh, I definitely thought it was fake.
He was hacked. Everyone in the Discord was like, "Yo, Shams got hacked. He got." And then
I saw the tweet 2 minutes after he posted it. I sent it to B and I said, "I think this is fake." And I checked his account, and I was like, 6 million followers. I was like,
that's his account.
This is real. And I was like, "Yeah." I said, "Yeah, B. I think he got hacked." This is before I even posted anything in the Discord. I looked around, right. He put out another tweet with the compensation and all that. Mikey hit me up, was like, "Hey, is this real?" I was like, "Man, I've checked it like 5 times, man. This thing is real. It looks like it's real." Shams had to put out another tweet, says, "I have not been hacked. This is real." You know.
and then you know, ESPN's Dallas reporter Tim McMahon said Shams is telling the truth, and then Mark Stein had to be like, "No, he's telling the truth." And then Ian
we were
Begley,
talking in the Discord.
Yeah,
we were talking about it in Discord, and Adelia gets in the Discord and says, "Hey, tune in to SportsCenter. They're talking about it right now." So we tuned in to SportsCenter, and they confirmed it on SportsCenter. Shout out to Adelia, by the way, because this happened at midnight. This is literally right before I was about to go to sleep. All right, shocking to everybody, including Luka, and we put out a video, you know, kind of briefly discussing it, but we didn't go into details about it. Luka apparently very upset about the trade because he just bought a $15 million home, right?
And it disqualifies him from a Supermax deal.
$345 million. He would have been the highest paid player in NBA history.
And that's not insignificant. How much did he actually lose, though?
He lost from post that I saw. He lost over $100 million.
Yeah, so he can only get $250. Basically,
I'm telling you right now, man. Like, that's money he can't recoup. You know, he can't recoup that money. And you did it. Why? Because
Jesus Christ,
you
Golden
don't
State.
think what?
They just signed Jimmy Butler to a 2-year extension worth $121 million.
Oh wow. They didn't wait at all.
Yeah,
he really didn't want to be in Miami.
Yeah, but Luka, you know, to lose out on that kind of money because you didn't think he got in good enough shape, right? He's 25 years old. You encourage him to get in better shape and say, "Hey, man, the finals was right there for you. Get in a little bit better shape, and we can take it," right? You can't do anything to motivate him to do that. You can't talk to him and say, "Hey, we're not sure about this Supermax deal for you if you can't do the things we need you to do."
How about don't compare him to Joel Embiid when he just took you to the finals and Joel Embiid famously doesn't perform in the playoffs.
But I mean,
Joel Embiid who cries for MVPs.
Yeah, but he had no, like, they can't convince me that they tried to talk to him and he just wasn't receptive to it. He had no idea what was going on. Nobody on Mark Cuban didn't have any idea that there was an issue, right? So if there is an issue, you didn't express it to anybody.
Yeah.
Right? It's just we looked at the tape and we just don't think he's the guy. Well, guess what? Sometimes you just don't have the guy, but you have a guy that can put butts in the seats. You have a guy that fans believe in, that will buy the jerseys, and he can get you very close So you might just want to add more talent.
Yeah, because
him.
He is the guy. He carried you to the NBA Finals. What's up, Fred?
What's
up, there was a third team in the Jimmy Butler trade. Detroit's getting Liddy Waters the third. And Josh Richardson.
I don't know why you thought that was important.
Hey, man, come on, man! Don't be disrespectful. Come on, dog.
You know who's not the guy? Jason Tatum is not the guy.
Well, but that's what I was saying. Like, he carried you to the finals.
He's not the guy.
And the only reason that you didn't.
I know. I just haven't heard someone say it out loud.
And the only reason you didn't win a championship is because Boston was stacked from 1 to 10. Right, like there's an incredibly deep team, and you just couldn't, you just weren't talented enough to beat them. Luka is the guy.
Yeah, and
he's one of several guys in the league.
No, because someone pointed this out to me in the chat, man. He's been a little chubby his entire career, right? Because I think it's probably just
Luka. That's why I call him.
Yeah, exactly. I think it's just been a body composition. I generally think they use that as the excuse. They just didn't want to pay him $340 million.
Yeah.
It's not his body composition. If you look at him when he first came into the league, you look at him in the Euro League, he was in shape.
Yeah. Well,
the problem was he went to Texas and got a Texas steak.
All right, good fine.
A big piece of Texas toast, and he said, "I'm home."
A side of potatoes and
he ate
some
very
coleslaw.
well. That's his first American city he's ever been to. That's the worst place to go as an athlete. I'm sorry, second worst. New Orleans is apparently the worst because.
Let's ask Zion. How many beignets he'd be shoving down his face?
Zion was busting out his shoes before he got to New Orleans.
He's also from South Carolina, so like he's used to that food.
New Orleans food is something different, man.
Yeah, you just a good point. But like they just because like we have to remember, Mark Cuban doesn't own this team anymore.
No,
he doesn't own this team anymore. Yes, he's still like a minority owner, and he has some hint in basketball, but he's not the guy. So he's no longer in charge of anything, really. Nico Harrison is the president of basketball operations and the GM or whatever the hell he is. The new owner, Miriam Adelson, didn't want to pay this dude $350. She didn't, and they're using the excuse of him being out of shape and lazy. He's not out of shape. He's not lazy. He loves basketball. You can see he loves basketball. He doesn't put on this fake, basketball is my job, like the Joker does, where we all know Joker loves basketball and he loves that shit. You know what I mean? He loves that. But he just be nonchalant, basketball, my horses. Luka shows you he loves this. So the love of the game is still there. They just didn't want to pay him $350.
Yeah, but that's stupid. That is the cost of business, and it's not their money, right? This is from the players' pool. So it's not like, oh man, like I gotta come out of pocket for this guy. No, It ain't your money. You gotta spend. Like it's within the cap. You don't. That doesn't hurt your body. It doesn't hurt your bottom line. Mm-hmm. Who else do you need to pay? You
already re-signed Kyrie, right? You have Derek Lively on his rookie deal. He's still on his rookie deal. Same thing with Daniel Gafford. They're on very cheap deals. You had a good thing. And Adrian, no, he's not calling the shots. Because if he was calling the shots, Luka would still be in Dallas. Because he kept Dirk there his entire career.
Here's my thing about when they're saying like they feel like he's Embiid. Embiid worked out for the organization. If they had to go back and do it all over again, they would still have drafted Embiid. They probably would just put more talent around him. Like, don't give it to Jimmy Butler, but Jimmy Butler could have gotten you there, right? Yeah. But they would have not drafted Embiid. Embiid sold a lot of tickets, a lot of jerseys, right? Got them a lot of ratings. Okay. Luka at 25 is already making them money. You don't get rid of a guy because you feel like he's not going to win a championship. I know you don't think AD is going to win you that championship.
Mm-hmm. Also, too, right? The Embiid thing, the redraft of the Embiid draft. If we're redrafting that draft, Embiid goes number 1 overall. So Embiid goes to Cleveland. So,
yeah. But
So like, if we're redrafting, because like it was Andrew Wiggins, Jabari Parker, then Embiid. Shout out to Jabari Parker, wherever you are. I think you were in Barcelona. So hope you're doing well.
My point is to say that he can't get it done. This ain't that type of NBA anymore. It's not a one person doing it by himself. You got to build a whole team. So no, you're right. Just adding Kyrie isn't enough, right? No. You need to add more. You played a stacked team in Boston they've been trying to do it for years.
Mm-hmm.
4 years they've been trying to do it. Jason Tatum ain't that guy. They said that's okay. We're gonna add, we're gonna add everybody to that team.
Drew Holiday
until we get it right.
Drew Holiday.
That's what you need to do with Luka.
Zingis. That's all I have.
Yeah.
Who knew Drew Holiday was the piece that was missing?
Hard. Yeah.
But you guys aren't talking enough about the Spurs, and you guys need to watch out for the Spurs. De'Aaron Fox and Wembanyama is going to be a problem.
But here's the thing. So does he start over Chris Paul or does he start with Chris Paul?
Yes.
When was the last time Chris Paul was a better player than De'Aaron Fox?
Never. Well, Chris Paul.
Not that
De'Aaron Fox was a baby.
Yeah, so
it's been a while.
He starts over Chris Paul.
Okay, I just want to make. Imagine running a pick and roll with the fastest guard in the league in Wembanyama. You're like, what do I do? Do I pop out because he can shoot a three? Do I roll with him? Do I hedge? Do I show? What do I do? Good luck. And Pop's still not there. Yeah. Pop is still recuperating.
And Pop's probably not coming back. Man.
Yeah, he's probably not coming back either. Who's their head
coaching teams? Tim Duncan coaching?
No.
He's on the coaching staff though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the assistant. He's the assistant.
Give it to Timmy.
I just hope.
But yeah, you look. If they were looking for ways to motivate Luka, you're about to see it because I promise you, Luka is going to get in shape now, and he's going to turn up another level working with LeBron. Okay, that's going to happen in LA.
Bro,
LeBron's going to stay in the league until Bryce comes.
Bro, you know what's funny too is, Jose, imagine being Luka Doncic, right? And you get traded, right? And all you're hearing is how you're a fat ass the entire time. It's like, oh, he's fat. Oh, we traded him because he's fat. He's fat and he's fat and he's fat. Man, if I'm Luka, I'm like, what? I'm killing folks, dog. Dallas is screwed, dog, because you done pissed him off. You know what I mean? Like, imagine, bro, Jose, you get fired from your job, and all you hear is your boss say, oh, Jose's just fat. All he is just fat. He's just a fat dude. He's just fat. Jose would be like, excuse me?
I'm going to get in shape.
No, that's a good point.
Markieff Morris, who was also part of the trade.
Oh, no, okay.
He said in an interview, he said, hey, I hear people talking about him being out of shape and all this stuff, but if you can walk into an NBA game and drop 30, 15, and 10, I don't know what being in shape is.
Yeah,
exactly. That's what I'm trying to tell you, dog. You know what I mean? Like he's he's the dude at the park. You'd be like, oh, that guy he ain't a hooper. Man, he roll up and he dropped 35 on you, and you're like, oh, who would have knew? You know what I mean? Man,
Thank you, Osman. I don't look that fat.
No, I know you're not fat. I've seen you in person. You're not fat. But imagine you get fired, and your boss is just telling everyone to the world. He's telling the world. He got on a press conference to the world. That's not what
they said. They said they were worried about his conditioning.
He's fat. They basically said he's fat.
They said no. What they said is he found the biggest microphone he could find and screamed into it, "I'm incompetent."
That's exactly what it is. Now, by the way, I don't want to.
I want to talk about something about Nico Harrison, the GM of the Mavs, who used to be a Nike shoe exec. Apparently, he's the Nike shoe exec who ruined the Steph Curry presentation.
Yeah.
Steph Curry tells a story of how he was in a Nike meeting and how the Nike guy called him Steven. All right.
Spelled his name wrong and everything.
Spelled his name wrong. And then played a presentation for Kevin Durant.
That's what it was, yeah.
Yeah. And then he was like, nah, I'm done. And then Steph Curry becomes an Under Armour athlete. Apparently, it's the same guy. Now I know why you got fired. And now I know why Nike shoes have stopped being cool.
And I thought I read something today where they're saying that they don't think like he wants to be a GM for long. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah.
Right? Once this doesn't work out, I don't want to be here. I don't. Yeah. But I do want to say this. Like Anthony Davis, excellent player, obviously. Right? Oh yeah, he gets lost in the shuffle. The Mavs will still be competitive with AD and Kyrie for sure. right? And they got a lot of good players on the team. They'll compete, but you're not winning a championship with that.
No, you're not, bro.
And you make a move that bold, you have to win. And like it's not like hey, we're getting AD and another player, just AD, right? That's it. That's your big
they
move.
got Max Christie.
Sorry, they got Max
Which,
Christie.
by the way, okay, well, first of all, Max Christie had just finished tearing apart the Knicks when this trade broke, and it's funny because I'm not sure if this was like the moment that they found out, but he's doing the post game interviews in the locker room and he's answering questions. He's sitting there talking to the reporters, and they come up and they took his name off his locker. So messed up.
Yeah. Apparently Dennis Schroeder's going to Utah and Kyle Anderson's going to Toronto. So I'm confused.
All right. Okay. All right. Let's I want to talk about before we get to the court of public opinion, because people have been posting in the chat all day about Cooper Kupp. I put that in the
Cooper Kupp. Yeah.
Cooper Kupp, the possibility of him coming to Baltimore. I saw somebody in the chat earlier doing the obligatory, hey guys, we can't afford wide receiver. Wide receiver is not the problem. Listen, Ryan Minks, burner account. We do need we need more talent on offense. All right. Now, the thing with Cooper Kupp, how effective will he be in this offense? I don't know. He's a little bit older. If the Rams are willing to move on from him, how much does he have left in the tank? I don't know. But he's got short hands, great route running. He can't hurt the team. I know he can catch the ball better than Mark Andrews. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
Right. But I say go bigger than that. Okay. Devontae Adams is just a flat out better wide receiver. He's still got it. Garrett Wilson, if he asked for a trade, that's who you go for. Go for a guy that's a potential star or is a star. Devontae Adams is a star. Cooper Kupp might still be that guy, right? 29 years old. He might still be that guy. We know he's polished. We know we don't have to say, oh, he's going to get it together. Oh, he's putting it together. He already has it all put together. We don't have to coach him on anything. Even if he's lost a step a little bit, he's better than rolling out there with Nelson Aguilar, and no diss to Nelson Aguilar, but we need more than that. Okay, we need more than Zay and Bateman and just saying every year they're going to get better. Okay, and we need to trade Mark Andrews. But how go get both, DJ Ant. That's right. Go get both.
You call up LA. Like, here's a fifth. All right, here's a fifth, and they'd be like, no. It's like, don't play me, dog. DeAndre Hopkins went for a fourth. Okay, here's a fifth. Take it or leave it. And then you go to the Jets and say he don't want to be here. Your QB's too busy on crack. Here's a third. All right,
and they will laugh you off the phone.
Yeah, because you know why? Wait, for Devontae Adams. For Devontae Adams.
For Devontae?
Garrett. Okay.
No. Garrett's a second or a first.
Garrett's a first.
For Devontae. Garrett's a first. So, okay, if you want to go Garrett, you give him a first. And if probably, they'll probably still laugh you out the room because the New York Jets are run by a bunch of 19-year-olds. His stupid ass sons run the team basically. So you're going to have to deal with children. So they'll probably like, let me put this in the Madden trade machine real quick, my good sir.
That's exactly what they're gonna do.
Exactly, but well, the Madden trade machine says this is illogical. It's like, you know what? We're not playing Madden here. So you go to LA, say here's a fifth. You go to New York, say here's a third. Stop wasting my time. Give me the players and let's keep them moving. But your GM is, like you said, Jose, earlier, spineless.
Huh?
And that's why you know why. That's why I hate Howie Roseman. Let me tell you why I hate. Because Howie Roseman calls you up and says, here's the third, take it or leave it. And they'd be like, fine, I'll take it. Because I still to this day say, Kevin Byard, you may like him, you may not like him. I think he was one of the best safeties when he was in Tennessee. At the time of the trade, he was a top 5 safety.
He was a first team all.
They sent Tennessee a bag of peanuts in a wet blanket. And Tennessee was like, sure. And I was like, nobody could beat that 5th round pick for Kevin Byard? Really? Because Howie Roseman knows these teams aren't trying to win, so he can offer them anything. They just want people to get off the books. But the Ravens, they don't want that. And they don't want that.
Bazel says, slow down. EDC admitted to using Madden in the Ravens model earlier. I didn't hear it. Is that what you said in the interview? That wouldn't surprise me.
Appreciate it. But first of all, Cooper Kupp still has it. He can still play. And like Ravens fans are so hilarious to me. So hilarious. Like 756 yards and 9 touchdowns. And it's, damn, man, he stepped up. 710 yards and 6 touchdowns was what Cooper Kupp had this year. And it's, I don't want that old guy.
Right.
Exactly, right. Man. And this is what 2 seasons removed from him being the best wide receiver in the league?
Yeah.
Exactly. I'd be saying the Luka trade doesn't work in NBA 2K. They laugh at you.
Of course it doesn't. And look, I mean, I don't want to go off on a whole tangent here, but like that's the problem with trying to discuss trade logic in video games. It lacks all context.
Yeah, because the context lacking. The Dallas GM is an idiot.
Breaking news. Not sports related, but Irv Gotti. I'm looking at it, Adrian. I don't think he passed away, but they said he got unresponsive. Yeah. So
life support.
He's still with us for now. Looks like, but only 54 years old, man. That's rough. We're going to talk about that on the Overtime Show. Since we're talking music, we're talking Kendrick Lamar and the Grammys and a little bit of Fantastic Four. That's coming up in the Overtime Show. You can be a part of that by going to Patreon, patreon.com/LBHT Show. Okay, that's our show that we do right after this show. All right. If you just want to purchase that one show, it's only $3. If you want to be a part of the, our weekly show, it's only $5 a month. That gives you access to that in our Discord channel. All right. So well worth the price of admission. For a little bit more money, $10, you can get our LBHT crew coin that you see right here. Very nice coin. All right. We got some other tiers as well, but go check it out. LBHTShow.com. Or no, I'm sorry. That's our website where you get some merch. Patreon.com/LBHT Show. All right. Okay. But yes, back to Cooper Kupp. Yes, Cooper Kupp can still play. Cooper Kupp definitely helps this offense. The cost, I don't care about the cost. I'm tired of pinching pennies when it comes to the offensive side of the ball, but the defensive side of the ball. Now we can't afford Cooper Kupp, right? Or we can't afford Garrett Wilson or T. Higgins. If I say T. Higgins, that's what I want to say. I want to say let's just go get T. Higgins or Tyreek Hill. Let's trade for Tyreek Hill. Nobody wants to do that because it costs too much money. But Myles Garrett just asked for a trade, and I heard everybody say we got to do what it takes to get him. Mm-hmm. What do you think Myles Garrett cost? And Myles Garrett, as great as he is, and I dare somebody to challenge me on this, Myles Garrett has less of an impact on this team than a Tyreek Hill, right? Or a T. Higgins or Garrett Wilson. He has less of an impact. I dare somebody to challenge me on that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm not saying those guys are better players, but he has less of an impact. I know because I haven't heard one person talk about the defense not showing up in the playoffs. Right? No expectations from Matt BK. No expectations from first team All-Pro Roquan Smith. No expectations from Kyle Hamilton. No expectations from first team All-Pro Marlon Humphrey. None of those guys were expected to do anything in that Bills game. None of them were called out for not doing anything because it was all about Lamar and Mark Andrews. Mm-hmm. Right. Speaking of Mark Andrews, let's get to court of public opinion because I realize time is of the essence here, B.
Wow, but court of public opinion isn't about Mark Andrews though.
Oh, it is.
What?
Yes.
I did not know that.
Well, let's get to it.
I'm trying to get to it. I'm on my way to it. You can't just say it and then expect it to happen. It takes a minute. I keep telling you this every week.
No, listen. I'm gonna set it up. Just let me know let me know when you're
Ready.
ready. Okay, B's ready, ladies and gentlemen. This isn't a real court. Apparently, real courts don't exist anymore. But this is the court that you need. The court of public opinion is about to begin. All rise, all rise. Court is now in session. Now,
I love that I'm sorry. I love that he has the fake British wig on top of what is pretty clearly a fake Afro wig in the video. But, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, we are talking about Cam Newton, but Cam Newton is talking about Mark Andrews. Okay, this is from I'm not sure exactly when this happened. I know maybe a couple weeks, maybe a little bit longer. No, it can't have been that long. A couple weeks ago, Mark Andrews, when he dropped the pass that would tie the game and he lost us the game in the playoffs, didn't want to do an interview afterwards, and they were discussing it on First Take, right? And Cam Newton stuck up for him, said, why should he have to answer to the media? The media, when they don't want to talk about things, don't talk about things. So what's the difference? So I want to play this clip. Fair use, okay? Fair use. Do not copyright claim this. This is fair use, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to play this. If you're watching the replay, you don't see it plays because they said take it down, all right? But here we go.
Aaron Rodgers had a...
That ain't it. Where'd it go? I just added it to the scene. You know why? Okay, give me a second.
You added it to the 2-person scene instead of the 3-person scene, didn't you?
I got you.
I'm going to go with the unpopular pick, but I want everybody to keep this same energy in other commodities, in politics, in entertainment, in sports, no matter what it is. And we haven't been holding people to the same fire. So, Mark Andrews, it's okay, bro. You ain't got to talk to nobody. Because in other networks, there's lawsuits that's been out. We ain't heard nobody say nothing about that. Now, we got other things that's coming up. When there's a Fox report that comes out and we haven't heard anybody speak about anything or make any type of public announcement, nobody has held Fox to that same thing. So why are we talking about making a big fuss about Mark Andrews if you're not going to keep that same energy across the board? That's what I'm saying. I'm going to go with the unpopular.
Camera froze. Look at that. All right. So, how you guys feel about it?
Well, one, what is he wearing? All right.
He doing him.
He's wearing a hat,
right?
Ferris. Do you not know what a hat looks like?
Okay, don't play with me. You know the
famously, I've heard you say multiple times, I don't shame people, but here we are.
Okay, that's a good point. I just asked what he was wearing. I'm not shaming him. I'm just saying, what is he wearing?
Okay.
Is that like a tie with an ascot? And like, what's that hat called? I don't know what that hat's called. But
Cam Newton hat, man.
Yes, this is Cam Newton. I guess he has a point. I guess. Yes,
how do you feel? Basically, what he's saying is, the media wants to call players when that is his lowest moment, his lowest professional moment.
Yeah.
He wasn't ready to talk to the media, and they want to call him out for not being professional in dealing with it. And Cam was like, when you guys embarrass yourselves, you just don't talk about it. What, like, if you don't have that type of professionalism, why do you expect the athlete to have that type of professionalism?
No, that's why I think that's why we think about it. He's right, because who wants to talk about, like you said, the lowest moment of your career, right? Literally right after it happened. You gotta, and this is the thing too, man. People always complain like, oh, do these players care about this stuff? They'd be like, do they care? Is the money making them not care? And, Mark Andrews, he's probably distraught. Maybe, I haven't seen the guy. No one's seen him. No one knows where he is. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if he cares but he doesn't want to talk about it because he doesn't want to be reminded of it. He doesn't want to be like, exactly. Like you think Cam Newton wanted to talk about losing Super Bowl 50 to a one-armed Peyton Manning right after the Super Bowl, while Brandon Marshall and Chris Harris are cheering right next to him, because like they had
hold on, Ferris. Jeremy saying Cam was the same way after Super Bowl 50. No, he absolutely was not. He went out and he faced the media and he talked. Mark Andrews went and hid.
Exactly.
So no, he was not the same.
Yeah, so Cam didn't want to be there, but he did.
People remember Cam getting up and walking away because they were taunting him, right? Like they put them in the same room.
It was like right there.
Yeah,
he's hearing Brandon Marshall talk about how they basically punked Cam. Like they're literally right there next to him and Danny Trevathan and Chris Harris and the Ward, what's his name? TJ Ward. They're all like making fun of him. And he faced the media. But he didn't want to be there.
I am glad that you brought that up, Journey, because that's another example, right? Like, yes, a low point, just lost the Super Bowl. He's upset, right? Just got off the field, and he didn't want to be in that room, right? And he got criticized for that. But here we are, these news comes out about what's going on at FS1, with Joy and Zex and Skip, and all that stuff. And okay, maybe FS1, people over there don't want to talk about it because there's legal ramifications for it. Why aren't you talking about it on ESPN? Why isn't Stephen A, who was buddies and co-workers with Skip for so long, why doesn't he talk about it
on his podcast?
Yeah, and I think Shannon did talk about it on his podcast. But why don't a little bit? Yeah, but why? How come when things like that happen, you don't want to discuss it, right? Mm-hmm. How come when you have little spats in your own network, you don't really want to talk about it, right? Because it's in house, you want to keep it to yourself, and you just don't want to air out dirty laundry, right? And it's embarrassing, right? You don't want to talk about embarrassing moments for yourself, so you just don't acknowledge it. But you're supposed to be a professional, so if something happened and people are questioning it, have questions about it, and you're in the media, you talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I agree with Cam.
Yeah, so I put up the poll, hashtag Cam if you agree with Cam, hashtag media if you disagree. I don't know. I think that this is one of those things where he's right about the double standard, but wrong about the answer to it.
Yeah, the example he used.
No. I mean, I'm fine with the example even, but it's not that it's not that Mark doesn't go and see the media. It's that you talk about what's going on at Fox too. And Mark goes and sees the media. Like you all do your jobs, right? Whether it's uncomfortable or not.
I took it as he meant it that way, but you're saying, well, if we're playing this game, then
absolutely. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying, like the way he said it, the way it came across in the video was, hey, you guys don't do it, so he shouldn't have to do it. But no, I'm sure he means, hey, you all have to handle your responsibilities. But yeah, if one group is not going to do it, then sure.
Why should the other group?
Yeah. We've talked a long time about how they should not be allowed to interview players right after games because of the emotions of the game and everything. It should be, give them 20 minutes, 20, 30 minutes, cool off, let them go to the locker room, get dressed and all that kind of stuff. And then, compose themselves before you're able to ask any questions. Which, to be fair, some sports are moving in that direction and that's fine. But no, I mean, Mark should have gone out there and faced the media, because the other part of it is, if you're not going to do it, then your teammates have to answer those questions for you.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to put those guys in that position to answer those questions. But again, you should absolutely be reporting on what's going on at Fox as well. And if something happens at ESPN, you should absolutely be reporting on that.
And I'm with you. Mark should have went out there, especially since, man, you let Lamar down. Mark knows more than anybody. They're both rookies together. He's been with Lamar from the beginning. He knows more than anybody that the blame's going to get put on Lamar. Even though he dropped the ball, they're going to ask him about that drop. He knows the talking points the next day aren't going to be about Mark Andrews. They're going to be about Lamar.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Take some of those bullets for him, man. That's the least you can do.
Yeah.
catch some bullets. You ain't catch the football.
Yeah,
right.
You can like
nice.
But he's right though. He's right, because at the end of the day, man, it's like Lamar's trusted me for what, 6 years, 7 years, and every time in the playoffs, I don't deliver for him. And
you don't do anything.
You don't do anything for him. Literally, Lamar Jackson has no basis of ever trusting you in the playoffs ever before that moment. You have 0 playoff touchdowns. You've never had a game where you had more than 40 yards. Is that was right? What?
No. He now has 2 games over 40 yards.
Okay.
Like I said, this was his second best playoff game ever.
With a fumble and 3 drops.
That's
in terms of the production. This is his second best playoff game ever.
So Lamar literally has no basis of ever trusting you ever. Period. And he still said, "I'm gonna go to you in our dying need, like in the most dying circle." Even though you should have been Isaiah Likely because he just scored the touchdown, but it could, that could have been like, oh, guard Likely is gonna go to Likely. So they probably did the okey doke and put Andrews in there.
The fact is, that was a failure of coaching. You called a play that now the play worked, right, and that's fine. But this is where also you have to have context in what you're talking about, because you called a play where essentially the only option was throw it to Mark Andrews.
Yeah,
and that's never a good option. I shouldn't say the only option, but that was the main option, was throw it to Mark Andrews, and that's always a bad idea. So that's a bad play call.
Actually, Brian, I think he was the only option because I think everyone else blocked.
That's awful.
Everyone else blocked. I think everyone else.
That's even worse.
I think he was literally the only option, because I think that's why he was so wide open. Said everyone blocked. It was a screen basically. It was basically a screen.
Yeah,
it was the only option.
I know he's upset. I know he's embarrassed. He's disappointed. You gotta be able to go out there and at least say, "Hey,
I messed up.
On me. I messed up. Put it on me," because you know, Lamar's going to get slammed. He's still going to go out there, answer questions, and address the media, right? Like, no matter how bad you feel and how bad you messed up, because it is your fault that we lost the game. Lamar's going to catch it more than anybody. Do your part and just say, "Hey, put it on me. Don't put it on him. I literally dropped the ball, and I can't make any excuses for that." And if you don't want to say anything else after that, then you can walk off. But at least say that.
Yeah. Because let's use the juxtaposition, because they've been using each other for years. The Josh Allen game against the Chiefs, where Lamar had a chance to tie the game at the end of the game against Buffalo. What does he do?
Wait. No. Josh Allen. Wait, say that again.
The Josh Allen game against the Chiefs, the AFC Championship game.
You said Lamar.
No, they had the same scenario where they're down.
Okay.
They're down, and they got to go drive. I think it's under 2 minutes for both games. You're down, and you need to drive and score a touchdown to tie the game and win the game. In Josh's case, he needed a field goal to tie, touchdown to win the game. Lamar needed a touchdown to be down 2 so they can go for a 2-point conversion, which was more. And Lamar did it, and then you failed. And Josh Allen didn't get past the 50-yard line.
True.
But everyone cried about how, Josh, how sad, how horrible.
Because statistically, he didn't turn the ball over, although we know he should have had to. Statistically, he didn't turn the ball over, so it's looked at differently.
Exactly, because Lamar, when they talk about Lamar's game, they talk about, but his pick, Ferris, his fumble. It's like, it was bad. It was in the second quarter, it was the first quarter, but it was still early in the game that he can resurrect himself, and he did. And then Mark Andrews screwed him over.
That's part of this too, and it's not really fair, right? Because everybody, bunch of people made mistakes in the game. But again, as we talked about on the OT, unfortunately, time is linear, and early mistakes mean less than late mistakes, because Lamar fumbled, Lamar threw an interception, you overcame those. Mark Andrews fumbled, you overcame that.
Yes,
right. you don't have time. There was no time left to overcome you dropping the easiest catch of the game. That's all there is to it. That's why that's why it cost you the game. It was the worst play of the game. There was no opportunity after that to make up for it, to overcome that mistake.
Yeah, because his career in Baltimore should be over. It's done. 7 years of not showing up in the playoffs. That's a great basis and bedrock of cutting someone. He needs to be cut. That's a good. Or demoted at least.
I don't have I think he's still a good tight end, right? But the reality is,
man, he's no Theo Johnson, if you know what I mean. You know.
The reality is, we don't need to try to wait and see if he can do it next year. 7 years has been long enough. As good as he is, maybe he goes somewhere else and he works out. That's great. He hasn't worked out for us, and we can't keep relying on that. We got to get people that we can rely on in the playoffs. Trade him, cut him. Use that cap to bring in some real game changers. He's not it. Like this was supposed to be the year where he made it happen, and he tried to. He fumbled the ball, and then he dropped the ball. Right? It sucks for him. But that's it, man. No more. It's time to move on. I know this was about Cam Newton, but this was a pretty decisive.
Cam won in a landslide.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, because you already found his replacement. Who's making what? $2 million?
Yes, he scored a touchdown.
He scored a touchdown. Shout out to Isaiah Likely. By the way, guys, for the record, I told y'all he was going to be good. I told you.
Okay,
congrats.
You guys didn't believe me.
You also told us that the Giants shouldn't have re-signed Saquon Barkley. So
that's not what I said. Not what I said.
Speaking of Saquon Barkley, it's time for a Super Bowl picks.
You are a liar. That's not what I said. This is what I said. Let me tell you what I said. That's what I said. Either you re-sign Saquon Barkley and you find another quarterback, or you franchise Daniel. This is what I said. Or you get rid of both of them and start over. But I think the reason people were mad about the Saquon Barkley not reassignment is that you paid Daniel Jones $70 million. I told you this beat. Why you lying on my name, dog?
Nobody is lying,
on me,
bro.
Man.
Nobody is
lying on me.
Nobody is lying
all the time, bro.
Because we had a long,
what we've been through last night.
We gotta move this along. Super Bowl picks.
You were the better brother, and this is how you treat me.
You gotta calm it down, bro.
Now you lying on me, dog.
We had a long conversation about this where you said there was no point in signing Saquon Barkley
because we sucked. Because we sucked. It didn't matter if we signed him.
Is it screen time? Is that what we're doing?
Because you're lying on me, dog.
Say it that's what you said. We got to speed through this. All right, we're an hour and a half in.
You're about to get muted.
All right, Philadelphia Eagles, Kansas City Chiefs. Who y'all got?
Kansas City.
I got the Eagles.
Let's go.
I got the Eagles. Saquon's going to get it done. He's going to rub it in Ferris's face even more. And Ferris is really going to start screaming. All right. Look. I'm going to watch the game. We'll have more to say after the game. Okay. Like, it's just, you guys heard enough Chiefs and Eagles talk throughout this week. From other places, but we will stream after the game, and we'll get. Rock says, "Hold the L, Ferris." Why do you have to bring it up on screen? All right. Do we have any submitted questions? No submitted questions.
You can hold the shut your goddamn mouth in your face, so you can go do.
P Brown the third. I hope I answered your question. You sent the question on IG about Cooper Kupp. He asked basically how we feel about trading for Cooper Kupp. I'm not against it. I'm not against it. I just think there are better options. I don't like going for the cheaper option, right? Like if we can get Devontae Adams, then get Devontae Adams. If we can just get T Higgins, Garrett Wilson, whoever, go and get that splash player. If we can trade for Tyreek Hill, I prefer those guys.
I'm gonna put this on screen just in case it happens, and for when it doesn't happen. House said I got the Eagles winning by double digits.
Come on, did Rock just say he got the Chiefs after he just told me to hold the L? Man got identity crisis.
Wow.
What are you talking about? He's talking about hold the L for your organization.
Oh, okay.
He's like, oh, okay, I'll take that.
Man, you're a Ravens. Rock, you're a Ravens fan. Get out of here, man.
But yeah. Cooper Kupp. Like I said, I'm not opposed to it. I just think, man, at some point we gotta really try to make a splash out here, you know. And Cooper Kupp is a low hanging fruit, you know, so to speak. He won't cost as much. He won't cost as much to, you know, in terms of compensation. And we just can't stop there, man. But he is an addition for sure.
Look, if you come back next year and the wide receiving core is Zay Flowers, Cooper Kupp, Rashad Bateman, and Isaiah Likely, that's great. Good. And because you don't need Cooper Kupp to be 1,000-yard receiver, you need him to make timely catches.
No, it's not great. It's good. Great would be Tyreek Hill.
Sure, okay, but I'm saying like, it's enough. You don't need Cooper Kupp to be the 1,900-yard receiver that he was. Now, if you can go out and get a better player, sure. I'm not saying Cooper Kupp should be the first option, but he should. How's Cooper Kupp's not washed? He should be on the list, and he should be high on the list.
But we talk about the core of the problem of this team, and it's John Harbaugh, right? Mm-hmm. And we talk about we need enough talent to overcome his shortcomings in the playoffs. Cooper Kupp ain't enough, right? Tyreek Hill is enough.
I disagree because again, we're talking about a game that they lost where they also didn't have Zay Flowers.
Yeah,
who is their number one receiver? If you come back and you're playing with Zay and Kupp and Bateman is there, and Isaiah Likely, they win that game going away.
But that's not the final boss. The final boss is the Chiefs.
That's fine. Like, you're never going to have enough. There's no player that you can add to this roster that will bridge the gap in coaching ability between John Harbaugh and Andy Reid.
Tyreek Hill.
So, no, not Tyreek Hill. He doesn't bridge that gap either.
I think he does. Tyreek Hill, Lamar Jackson with Tyreek Hill and Derrick Henry, yes.
I don't think it bridges that gap either. But, we'll see. I know that you're not going to get
it. We won't see.
So it doesn't matter. That's what I know.
We will not see. So it doesn't matter. All right. That is it. Ferris, thank you for coming on the show and fighting through the cold, man, and giving us your WNBA insight. No, I appreciate you, man. Really, thank you.
It's going to be a great season, guys. It's going to be a great season. Get ready. A big matchup this in collegiate women's basketball. Big matchup this Saturday. Is it this Saturday? No, my bad. No, that's it. Sorry, not this.
Okay. Let the people know.
No, this Saturday. Yes, this Saturday. Tennessee, UConn. It's back.
There you go. Where can they find you, Ferris?
On Let's Get Ready Network, the highlight, the sports and the entertainment channel. Every Thursday, 3 o'clock Pacific live. We do the Rewatchers Council, Buffy the Vampire Slayer show. That's what we do. We rewatch the Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We review each show. We have a Buffy expert, my main man Snark. He's Canadian. I love the Snark. Canadians. So in your face, pay the bills. And then my homie Adelia, who watched it, and is not an expert, but she watched it. And me, I've never seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer ever, so I'm kind of the new guy. So every episode's a new world. Also, too, every Friday on our sports. Ferris. Okay, well, you know what? I quite enjoy it. Every Friday, 3 o'clock Pacific on our sports channel, Good Friends, Better Rivals. We talk NFC East. Me and Caleb are a Cowboys fan and a Giants fan. This year was a lot of pain and suffering. I'm used to it. Caleb is kind of used to it. We were just very, very, very sad all year long, to be quite honest with you. And then we actually have a newsletter. We have a newsletter that sends out every Sunday. So shout out to Adelia for setting that up. Also, our Discord is now free to the public if you want to join. So click on any video, the link's there, and join in. We talk movies, sports, you name it. Because I know we all love football here, but we're also multi-dimensional people who watch other things. We watch movies, we watch TV shows, we watch other sports. We talk soccer, we talk basketball. Shout out to a little rugby. Rugby's going on. Me and Adil are talking a little rugby. The Six Nations is going on, which is a massive.
All right, so that is. Let's get ready. That's LGR Network Entertainment, LGR Network Sports.
I'm a lot of places, guys.
Save it for the overtime show. You're gonna be.
Sorry.
We're going right to the overtime show. We're talking some Kendrick Lamar next. All right, we're gonna talk about Fantastic Four, and Suge wants to talk Fantastic Four. We'll talk Fantastic Four. All right, Patreon.com/LBHT Show. The overtime show is starting in a couple of minutes, so Patreon members get ready. Everybody else, thank you so much. Have a great night, and we will see you very soon. Peace.